Hi, I'm Linz. Welcome to Becoming Everwell, a channel where we talk about the ongoing journey of becoming. In today's life learning episode for Midlife You, we are talking about those unexpected midlife identity shifts. I make sense of life by writing about real everyday stuff that makes us who we are. Some of these snapshots are fun, some are more serious. Maybe they'll open up something in you too. Let's grow. I love roller coasters is something I've been able to say emphatically throughout my entire adult life, until recently when something changed. On our latest family amusement park adventure to the wonderful Hershey Park in Pennsylvania, and in a surprise turn of events for this thrill seeker, an undercurrent of motion sickness took hold of me on the first ride, Candemonium. Then I felt ill by the second, Super Duper Looper. To my family's surprise, I had to sit myself out for the next string of rides. I managed to get back on for a few more rides by day's end, a desire for a last hurrah perhaps, and I somehow skirted motion sickness entirely while in the front row, a Fahrenheit. My coaster choices thereafter were sporadic and strategic. More often than not, I opted to wait around as a people-watching bag holder rather than resume my more familiar role as an adrenaline junkie. Despite my desire to still be the carefree writer of my past, I'm recognizing that I may no longer be her. Maybe a little bit, but certainly not entirely. And how does that happen? How can we just wake up one day and no longer fit into some aspect of our identity? Or said differently, how can we suddenly become a member of a new, potentially unwanted identity? But these micro changes happen all the time to all of us as we age. We realize that a certain flavor no longer appeals, a well-tread routine no longer feels comfortable, a familiar social situation no longer works. And macro changes happen too. The day of the diagnosis, the day of the broken trust, the day of the loss. We're affected by them all, and our inner makeup shifts as a result. It happens particularly with parenthood. The child's interest that consumes your time, the child's talent that takes over your budget, the child's special need that shapes your family dynamic. The mold of our lives perpetually shift because life's evolution equates change. We all get this. And yet, are we consciously noticing and logging these subtle but substantial shifts in our personhood? How aware are you of how you've changed? How well do you know today you? And further, how willing are you to embrace today you in how you make decisions for future planning? Now, if you've been on this journey with me for a while, you likely know that I'm on a mission to help moms plan their unique paths toward a meaningful midlife. And at the core of the recipe for designing a fulfilling next chapter is two actions. 1, embracing the shifts to your personhood that are not within your control. And 2, embracing the control you have in how you shift from here. And a natural place to lean in and take control of how you're evolving is to decide to shift a few things that are happening inside of you, in your inner world, that are invisible to everyone, but live within your thoughts and inner design. These shifts are subtle, but they really matter if you want to ensure your happiness. Now, I've created a framework that goes deeper into teaching this, and it's available to you for free. The link is below. Just click on the free masterclass link. But I'd also like to highlight 5 subtle shifts here. The first, hone your self-awareness. We can easily talk about what we do, but being self-aware is about knowing who you are, knowing your core values of today and your why and your purpose at this stage of life. The shift here is to focus on the human being that you are rather than the human doer that you are. Because when you really know who you are, it makes it a heck of a lot easier to decide what brings you meaning and fulfillment. Number 2, hold your boundaries. What are you letting in, for better or worse? And what are you keeping out, for better or worse? Every yes is a no to something else. The shift here is to hone your inner gatekeeping. Number 3, incorporate big picture planning. I'm well aware that most moms get an A+ for planning on the daily for your people. But the shift here is to apply your planning skills to your path with a long-term mindset, like 5 years out. Too many midlife moms wake up one day and reflect on their role in this life and feel overwhelmed, underwhelmed, irrelevant, or lost in the mix. I hear about this all the time from women. We want to avoid that by addressing the inevitable head on in how we plan our paths. Number 4, fuel your self-education. Separate from an academic education, a self-education is a term I use to describe the things we learn for the purpose of becoming self-aware, growing wise, and becoming our best selves. The shift here is to focus on learning about yourself as much as you learn about the world outside of yourself. Number 5, talk about it. Talking about it means exactly what you think. Finding moments to actually talk aloud in conversation with a trusted friend or a few about your early personal development ideas and thoughts. The shift here is to transition from private, potentially repetitive rumination to concrete words and maybe even inviting some questions or feedback. Look, my shifting role from roller coaster junkie to people watcher at the amusement park is inconsequential in the grand scheme of this life. But it's just one of the many things that makes me a different woman today than the woman I've been. And keeping in close touch with myself is how I'm finding inner meaning, outward connection, and clear purpose in the days and seasons of my early midlife. So if you're nodding along and wanting to engage in this inner work, be in touch with me. Go to my website, lindsayhurdy.com. You'll learn how to get in touch with me there. And let's talk. I love this conversation, and I want to talk more with you about it. Thanks for being here today. I appreciate you taking this moment of life learning with me. Please click the heart if you like what you heard. Leave a comment, share this, and definitely subscribe. Come on already. Thank you for being here. Until next time. Be sure to like and subscribe and click that bell to get alerts for new posts. I'd be ever grateful.